Hello, welcome back. This week, our guests are Ashley Underwood and Emma Brown. They were a part of 2020's Theater Crude Virtual Festival. They brought a show called Seasons Keep Changing. It was written by Emma. Ashley was an actor in it. They are both very active with Southwest Playhouse in Clinton, Oklahoma, and they have many wonderful things to say about that community out there. This interview really is just incredibly heartwarming. I really hope you enjoy it. I had a great time myself. As always, there are links down in the description to more information about Theater Crude and our Fringe Festival, how to get involved, how to donate, as well as many links to the things that Ashley and Emma are up to out in Western Oklahoma. Enjoy the video. Well then, welcome to the Wildcat Well. This is Theater Crude's YouTube series where we talk to previous festival participants about what they've been up to since they graced our stage. So, Emma and Ashley, what have you been up to since 2020?
We just kind of finished up the year, and then we finally got approved to do Our Town. We got to do a show. Actually, finally done a show, opened Our Town. We just finished it yesterday.
We closed yesterday. Yeah.
All right.
And that was a year in the making.
Yeah, we auditioned for Our Town in February of 2020. And then, of course, COVID happened. And so everything got delayed. And it was pushed back, I think, 4 times by the board because we just weren't sure what was going to happen. And then we got pushed to April of 2021, and we were finally able to open and closed yesterday. And I think we saw about 600 people.
Yep.
So
Nice.
I was really pleased. Yeah, it went really well.
Yeah, that's a really good turnout for a first show back after COVID.
Yes, absolutely.
Very much.
Why don't you let everybody know where you're at? Where did you perform Our Town? What town are you from? Where can people find you in the future?
We're in Clinton, Oklahoma. And this theater was Southwest Playhouse in Clinton. Southwest Playhouse has been around since 1965, which is pretty cool. It opened as Clinton Little Theater in 1965, and then it's been around since then. It changed its name to Southwest Playhouse because it wanted to be like a little more available to people in the surrounding communities, not just Clinton. And I think that's really cool because Our Town had about 20 people in the cast. And I mean, I guess with crew, you include like 25. Cast and crew and understudies, we had about 25. And I think there were 4 of us from Clinton. Yeah, that live in Clinton. And everyone else was from around the area surrounding communities. So I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is really cool. I love that you guys have reach outside of just one tiny little place.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
yeah, that wasn't just due to the name change, right? You all are actually friendly people. You went out and you found other communities.
It probably depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're friendly.
I mean, for the most part, we are. And accepting.
I love Clinton.
Yeah.
I've lived in Clinton for like 5 years maybe now.
Something like that, yeah.
And I love it here. So
Yeah.
Where were you before Clinton?
in a tiny little town in the Panhandle. Like you think about Clinton being small. No. Oregon, Oklahoma has about 500 people in it on a good day. And so I graduated with a class of 7.
Wow.
So yeah, Clinton is massive. It's huge to me. So
I mean, considering I graduated with a class of 200.
yeah.
So, and I graduated here in Clinton. So
Nice. All right. So what's up next for the Southwest Playhouse? Southwest Playhouse?
Yes.
we are, this summer we're going to do a kids program. Will be technically our 5th season doing a kids program. We are doing Frozen Junior in July. We'll go through June, but the performances are in July, the end of July. And then we actually just announced our season coming up. We will be doing Addams Family, Elf the Musical, Beauty and the Beast, and Murder on Orient Express.
Nice. That's a good season.
It's
It's a
very
lot of
nice.
adventure and intrigue all around.
Yeah,
You-
it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I'm excited about it.
So Emma, you premiered a brand new production at our 2020 virtual festival that you wrote yourself.
Yes.
Have you been writing anything else since then?
I have. For some reason in my soul, I'm just not ready to give up on the girls from season. And so I'm writing a continuing of them. And like, because when I ended seasons, like I kind of opened it up for another, to kind of where they're going, in their life, with, Laverna with her adopting, and Hazel and Morgan getting married, and Amber just trying to figure out what she wants to do in life, and Alex, having that big move to Paris, and just where they're going in the future. So right now I'm kind of working on that, and so I'm kind of figuring it out.
I told her that Alex really needed a really sexy French boyfriend.
She's getting it.
I mean, I played Alex, so I want her to have a sexy French boyfriend. My husband is already playing Morgan in the show, so I can't have him, but I can have a sexy French boyfriend.
What is the best show you have ever seen? Or what is your favorite theater experience? They're kind of tied together.
Oh,
This is gonna be hard.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I might have two.
That's great.
Or three, I don't know. Okay, so I feel like mine like impact different parts of my love of theater. Like the first show I ever saw live that I remember was Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. And I loved it. And I had no clue. I mean, I loved Hamlet, before. I'd studied Hamlet in high school. I was in high school when I saw it. And I was so blown away by the whole experience. It was done by a professional theater, and I was with a bunch of other kids my age, and some of them got it and some of them didn't. And I was just like, this is so cool. And then I went back to Forgan, and there's no theater there. And I just kind of moved on after that. And then I did a show at SWOSU, which is where I met Emma. And we did Urinetown, and it was the first show I'd ever been in. And it was a joy. And Steve Strickler, who was the theater professor, he just moved over to the chair of
the public speaking.
But he's been the theater department person like forever. And he's been a huge influence for both of us. Mm-hmm. And when I did Urinetown, it made me really fall in love with doing theater. And then, gosh, there's four. And then doing West Side Story at Southwest Playhouse, which was my first show at Southwest Playhouse, changed a lot of things for me because I was in a really bad place in my life at the time. I had gone through a really bad breakup. Like I was searching for something to fill my soul. And I started doing theater at Southwest Playhouse, and it just changed everything. And West Side Story is such a beautiful show anyway. And the people there, I mean, I'm still really good friends with almost everyone from that production. Yeah. And it's just been a game changer. And then, but the show that really, God, I have to pick one. Okay. The show that really like hit me right in the gut when I saw it live was Les Miserables, the traveling production of Les Mis in Oklahoma City. And God, I mean, you're making me pick between Waitress and Bronx Tale and like Wicked and Lion King and like all of these, but Les Mis like just kind of takes its fists and punches you right in the heart. And it was an amazing experience to see that production done so well. I cried like a baby through the whole thing. And I loved it. And I mean, that one, I'm going to remember hearing Empty Chairs at Empty Tables live in that venue forever. And I loved Les Mis before I ever saw it there, but it just like, so good. It was so good.
It was a good.
And Les Mis isn't even my favorite show ever. Like Phantom will always win that for me, but like it just, and I've seen Phantom live 4 times.
Yeah.
And I loved every time I saw it, but this production of Les Mis just really touched me. And so that's a very long answer to your question. I am so sorry, but
That was the perfect length of answer.
I can
The
keep
more
going.
you want to talk about how much you love theater, just bring it on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, I didn't even talk about anything that I've directed. And God knows that those have
Yeah.
insanely impacted my view on theater. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, and, you know, to go with her, you know, the very first show that I ever saw, and it was at Southwest Playhouse, and that was Grease. And Grease has always been a big impact on my family, because I think that was like one of the most viewed musicals, like on, you know, VHS and DVD and TV throughout my childhood. And so when I got to see Grease on a media night, just a dress rehearsal, like it opened up my eyes to going, hey, there is a special place in this town, you know. There is something, you know, that you could look forward to. And then I took a break, and then in high school I got into speech and drama, just because I was I needed an elective, and I was like, well, I guess I'll do that. And then that's where my love kind of started. And then I went to college, and I bounced around a little bit of between different degrees. I started out as an accounting major. I don't know what I was thinking.
I didn't know that. Really?
Yes.
It's reliable work. It's very steady, very secure.
Yeah,
I
that's
can see
great.
why that's a first choice. You
Not
want a
for her.
career, you want stability.
This one, no. Like,
No, this doesn't describe
she
Emma
could
at all.
not do accounting. Not because she's bad at math, but just like the personality. Like, she would die. Her soul would die. No
Yes.
offense to accountants. Love you. Thank you. Keep doing the good work.
Um,
But like,
I figured that out very quickly after just a few classes. I was like, no. And so I kind of just did my G's, and then I went on, and I've always wanted to do something with animals. And so I was like, well, and I thought about being a vet.
she could
So
do that. You could do that.
so I entered, I got into what they call a pre-vet at SWASU. And then my advisor at the time, put me in like 5 science classes and 2 labs with nothing to break them up. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I mean, it was just nothing. I mean, like no GEs, because I already had done all my GEs, and it was just like,
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
yeah, I mean, if it was like 3 classes and like maybe 1 lab, you know, it would have been like, okay, but it was very overwhelming for 1 semester. And so I was, then they had an open call just to talk about the communication department. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll go and check it out. I'm so glad I did, because I never looked back. I found, you know, a lot of us say, you know, we found our people through theater.
Mhm.
And that's basically what I did, you know, is I found my people. Like, one of my best friends, I mean, like she's very bubbly and very just, she's out there, and, you know, she's kind of in your face sometimes. Love her to death. And she swooped in, and she was like, hey, you come here.
Mhm.
I'm taking you under my wing. And I haven't been, I mean, she's let me fly since, but it was just, you know, I will always remember, you know, just being lost and feeling scared to death, you know, in this group of people that have been working with each other for a few years. And then it was like, I'm coming in, I'm like, eh.
Mhm.
And so, you know, and then I helped with Cabaret. And
Good show.
and you know, it was like I got to work with these people for the first time, you know, that I was like, okay, I'm, you know, changing my major to this, so I'm going to work with them for at least for the next 3 or 4 years. And so I did. And well, you know, it was really humbling, because like one of the actors in that show, like I thought he was the meanest person that could ever, I mean, live, you know. And then like it turned out he's one of my best friends now. Cody.
Oh, I love Cody. You thought Cody was mean?
Yes, I
Okay, I
did.
kind of see it. If he watches this, he'll probably be like, yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know, and then just like, and then I think the one that really stands out in my mind that really impacted me is Willy Wonka. Because it was the first show that I did, like actually was in after my dad passed.
Mhm.
And it was and And it was the first show that I actually was involved in at Southwest Playhouse, other than seeing something. And the lady that directed that, unfortunately, she has passed away since. She was my high school speech and drama teacher. And so it kind of went full circle. I got my degree and everything. And then I just saw auditions, and I was like, hey, Miss Kelly is doing this. So I'm going to go out, I'm one of her students. So I'm going to go out and see what I can do. And that was 8 years ago. And I haven't stopped since. And so I just, and so there's just been an overwhelming amount of, shows that, have hit me in different, times of my life that just have impacted me. And I think, recently one of the biggest is actually our town, because it makes me, remember, hey, you need to, like Ashley said, slow down, cherish, every moment. My mother is getting up in her age, and somebody was like, I can't, I wouldn't know what it would be like to live with my mother at this age, at your age. And I'm like, well, after you lose one parent, you really cherish the other one a lot. And so our town just kind of reminds me, live every moment by moment. Don't, yeah, you can plan, of course, but don't think those plans are not going to change, because they will. Life does that to us.
Yeah. Love where your head is at, and it's such a great story that theater is this thing that can help you connect to people and makes you feel like you have a place to belong.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And
that's what we talk about a lot
Yeah.
at Southwest Playhouse in particular, in that if you talk to anyone who's involved there, they will eventually tell you that it's like a family.
Yep.
We're dysfunctional and dramatic, and we all love each other beyond reason. I mean, it's there's never a more supportive group of people than the people at Southwest Playhouse. And so this last Friday we had a showing of Our Town. It was at 7:30, and we can sit about 250 people in our venue, but we had about 130 come that night. And we kind of, I don't know if it's this way in every theater, but we have specific people that are big laughers. Like if we're doing a comedy or anything that has any humor in it, you want one of these people at every single production, because they help lead the laughing. Like they have such big boisterous laughter that everyone feels comfortable laughing at that point. All of them came on the same night. I mean, we had the whole family there in one night. I mean, it was just like the entire Southwest Playhouse community. It felt like,
yeah,
all of us have been in shows together. We've directed each other. We've worked in fundraising together. We go to each other's birthday parties and weddings, and if you don't invite these people, then they call you and ask you, what did I do? Like,
Yeah.
it's this really amazing group of people. And it was, I mean, they gave that performance a standing ovation.
Yeah.
And Emma and I just started crying, because it was like our family approved the show. Our family said this was a beautiful show. And after the year of not knowing whether we were going to get to do this production or not, it was just like this affirmation of
wake up call.
You did it. Like you persevered through all of this, and your family came out and supported you. Like they came out and they said, you did great. And that meant so much to us.
Oh, yeah.
For them to come. And, it's not just about the big laughers, we have plenty of reserved people who still do theater, but it was just like this amazing experience that these people who often don't come to the same show ever all came to the same show, and they all loved it. And it was like a big family reunion. And I mean, yeah, it's a safe place. It's like our place to go and express everything. We can express our grief there, or our joy there, or anything. I feel like it's a beautiful place to be, and know that you're going to be loved. You can come in and be like, guys, I've had a crappy day. And they're like, well, who do we need to beat up? Like, what, Like, what do we need to do? Like, can we buy you some ice cream? Like, it's just like this amazing supportive group of people. And I always hope that it's that way for every theater, because I know that it has helped me so
Oh,
much.
no.
I mean, through so many things in life.
And
Absolutely.
theater is just, it's the purest thing, I believe, because, like, I agree everything with Ashley, it's just, I don't know, it's just, it warms your soul, to know that you have that place, no matter what life does to you, it beats you up, it beats you down, but you still have that place that you can go to and, vent and know that there's somebody, at least one person that's going to be there and be like, I got you.
Mhm.
And so, theater is just love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't seem like attendance for live theater has waned, or interest in attending live theater has waned out in Clinton. Everyone was excited to get back.
Everyone was excited. I mean, I know that there were people that didn't come.
Yeah.
And I totally understood that. I mean, I think everyone is, has to make the choices that are right for their life. We didn't know how it was going to sell. The plus side is I guess, is that straight plays in Clinton often don't sell out. And I mean, it's just, people like musicals. They're allowed to have that opinion. I like musicals too. I love straight plays though. But for us to have over 100 people at a straight play performance pre-COVID was a really good audience.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone really anticipated that we would sell out any night for our town. And the biggest audience we had was that 130 or so. And don't get me wrong, the venue feels very full whenever you've got that many people, but there was a part of me that was really happy that we didn't have really giant audiences, because I think it's a serious deal. I lost my mom to COVID. So it's like, it's something that I'm very aware of and that we're very aware of. And we wanted to make sure that everyone was safe and doing the things that they felt comfortable doing and, making their own responsible choices. But I mean, we had really good turnouts. We had like 90 on the first night, and then it went down to like 50 or 60, and then it went to 70. And then we were at 130, and then we were right around 100 for the last two shows. So, I mean, I say all of that, but really we closed with a really, really good weekend for a straight play at Southwest Playhouse. I mean, if you get over 600 people attending a straight play, you've done really well here. And I mean, for musicals, we'll see 1,500 people, which is great. But, we were kind of guinea pigs. The board didn't know. No one knew how people were going to react to coming back into live venues like that. But we sold really well. Everyone was super supportive. There was a good chunk of people that wore masks and no one said anything, because it's a beautiful place to be and everyone was just happy to be there. And, we were happy to be there, and it was just, it was good. It felt really good to open back up and have people there. That first night when I went out and I said, welcome to Southwest Playhouse, it was just like, so many feelings go through me when I said that, because it was, we hadn't gotten to say that in a long time. And one night somebody, I think it was Sean, was like, it's about time.
Yes, it was.
And I was like, yes, it feels really good. And it felt so good to have good audiences, because the cast worked their tails off to make this show happen. 90% of the people who auditioned back in 2020 stayed with the show this entire time. And so they deserved really good audiences. They deserved to have people come out and see them. And they did. They came out. It was good.
So how can people find Southwest Playhouse? Do you have a website? You have social media that you want to tell people about?
We have a Facebook page. It's Southwest Playhouse. And then we have an Instagram, which I believe is Southwest Playhouse 1965. And then we have a website, which is southwestplayhouse.com. And you can find us at all of those places. And if they're not up to date, it's my fault. But I try.
All right, now everyone knows where to send their complaints.
That's right.
Yep.
Send it to me. Yeah, but I do. I'm excited to put the new season on. We
Yes.
just found that out, and so I'm excited to update the website and get all that information
Yes.
out there. And we're excited for the kids show. The kids shows here are always beautiful, super fun, and
Cool.
we usually have really good participation on that.
do.
It's very exciting to feel like we are helping foster younger generations' love of theater. Okay, I watch from the sidelines because I don't. Giant groups of kids are terrifying to me, but I will come watch the show and love it.
And then the crazy one is involved usually. I'm not going to be this year. I'm kind of sad about that, but the kids, I mean, I have grown to love so many of these kids as my own, and and I've tried to instill in them, hey, if you need anything, I'm just a phone call away, or a Facebook, hey, I need your help with anything, that just that support system that I've had, that I want to show them, because I know so many have go to school and they have bad days, and it's like, yeah, they have their parents and their other friends, but sometimes to have another opinion or outlook, it's like, hey, I had this happened, can you can you just be there to listen. And so I've been a shoulder for many kids, and me and Julie Barnett, we was the guinea pigs for the first kids show, Peter Pan Jr. This would have been our 6th season, but because of COVID, we had to take a break, of course. And so it's been 6 years since we started the kids program. And then we kind of was like, well, it's going to grow, because we saw the burst of, we want to do this. So we gave it to a teacher. Here, you can have it. She loves the kids. She loves theater just as much as we do, and she's ran with it ever since. And the kids love her, and we see them thrive, and just the love of theater in their in their hearts. And now they're they're going other places, they're going to Lyric, and
and they're all taller than we are now.
Yes,
and it's upsetting.
All right, we're coming up on time here. So if you guys have anything else that you would like to promote or shout out or mention, now's the time.
Red Carpet Community Theater, which is in Elk City. I just became a board member over there, and we are kind of working on reopening. And so we're going to start with a little variety fundraiser show, and it will be in June, and we're calling it Restart the Arts Variety Fundraiser Show. And I'm directing it, and auditions will be coming up for that in May, on May 17th and 18th, I think, something like that. Let me check my cellular device. 17th and 18th at 6 o'clock. Yeah, I'm directing that. I don't know when auditions are. That's great. Anyway, the show will be June 5th, and it's going to be by donation. We're just kind of looking to kind of get a little boost to start up everything so that we can really get started in a new season, keep the lights on, things like that, the important things, just to kind of start up after being dark for so long. And so we're going to be doing that, and Red Carpet should be releasing its next season pretty soon. So I'm excited for that. And then, just multiple shows. There's an Annie production going on in Hobart in the middle of May, Shortgrass Theater. Very excited about that. There will be another production of Annie and Altus
this summer. We audition on June 13th and 14th, and our performance dates is the 29th, no, 30th, 31st, and 1st, the last of July. And we have two performances on that Saturday, the 31st. And so we're trying to build the theater down there at the college at Altus. So,
and if you have kids that are interested in theater, please tell them to go to our Facebook page, Southwest Playhouse, and because our kids program is great.
Yes, it is.
It really is, and we would love to have people from surrounding communities involved. We usually do, but we always want to extend the hand of welcome. Please apply. They are only taking a certain number of kids, so get in your applications soon. And then they're going to pick directors for the season, Southwest Playhouse season eventually. I think the application process is technically still open. So if you're
Until the
interested,
first.
if you're interested in directing a show at Southwest Playhouse, you can send your theater resume and a letter of intent to the board of directors at PO Box 204 in Clinton, Oklahoma 73601, or you can email it to them at swph@cableone.net and tell them what you want to direct. Theater is alive and well in Western Oklahoma. We
Yes,
love
it
it.
is.
That is. You guys are staying busy in it.
Yeah.
I hope that was a good sign.
Yeah. We just closed the show. We're exhausted.
Ah.
Like, we have the lighting very purposefully so that you can't see the giant Prada bags under our eyes. Like, it's,
Sure.
but it was a joy. The show was a joy to do. And
Was.
yeah, it was great, but we're tired.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys get some sleep. Thank you again so much for joining me.
Thank
It was
you for
lovely to
having
talk
us.
to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, always.
All right. Until next time.
Bye.